This is fantastic. This is not the formal interview.
Oh, okay.
But this is, just hanging out, I guess, for just a couple minutes with you, George Clinton. I'm so psyched that you're here. This
I'm
is
glad
great.
to be here.
This is good stuff. Now, you live in Tallahassee, right?
Right. I live in Tallahassee now. I used to live in Jersey. I heard y'all talking about Staten Island.
Yeah.
I was on the other side of Staten Island.
Yeah, in Jersey, right?
Yeah, on Jersey side. I was in Newark.
Right. Wu-Tang Clan is from Staten Island.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know.
I knew Millerbrook Hospital. I had a lot of friends that worked there.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So where in Jersey do you live?
Newark.
Newark.
Yeah, I had a barbershop in Plainfield, New Jersey.
Uh-huh.
So I used to go across the Verrazano Bridge.
Verrazano Bridge.
The Gothel Bridge.
The Gothels Bridge. I know that's
all three of them.
This is where I grew up.
Yeah.
That's where I grew up.
I used to have to go to Brooklyn, that way.
Yeah, I know.
Still do. I mean, we go there.
I know. What is it? $10 to cross the bridge now? Something insane like that?
I don't drive, so I don't really. I got a spaceship.
As only you would, George. As only you would. That's fantastic. And how long you out here in LA? Just for the book?
I'm doing the book tour now. We're gonna be here a couple of days, and we're doing the same thing we do when we're on the road singing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just promoting the book.
Promoting the book.
This is good stuff, man. I'm glad that you're here to promote the book, and we'll talk a little bit of football. And we'll talk a little bit of a lot of music, because I got a lot of questions for you on this.
Oh, great.
What do you think of this, by the way? It's a bust to me.
I'm liking it.
What do you think? Did you like the likeness of it?
Yeah, it got you. Whoever did it good.
Yeah, I know. You're gonna do a selfie? All right.
You're gonna do a selfie with your head?
Let me do that right now. No, I don't. George Clinton. Are you kidding me? Should I do that, Law? All right. Do you mind? Here we go. Let's do a selfie.
Yeah, I like that.
This is good. With the bus? Oh, yeah. Here we go.
If you take a picture of this cover, the music come on your phone.
Oh, okay.
And the hair, too.
Welcome back. We have royalty here in the studio. The father of P-Funk right here on the Rich Eisen Show, in the flesh, in the person, and the author of the book Brothers Be Yo, like George, ain't that funkin' kind of hard on you?
You got it right.
Did you like that?
You got it right.
George Clinton.
You got it.
Good to see you.
You got the funk.
I do?
You got the funk.
You know what? That's basically a bucket list item for me, to be told that I have the funk by George
you got
Clinton.
it. You got the funk. I heard you practicing a little while ago.
What did you think, though?
At first you was a little stumbling a little bit, but you got it together.
But I found my groove.
You found your groove. Funk means do the best you can, and after that, funk it.
I need to remember that in my daily life. I think
it works in every situation. Do the best you can, and funk it.
Why'd you write this book, George Clinton? Why'd you write it?
I'm gonna make this short. On page 379.
Should I look it up right now?
You don't want to look at it right now.
Okay,
I mean, you get off into that and you show me too long. Sure. But that is the reason for the book. I mean, I told all of my stories, all the crazies and the fun and my whole life. It was beautiful. You know what I'm saying? But the thing I'm fighting for is my copyrights for my heirs and my kids and, the band members' heirs and kids. So that's the reason it's a heck of a story. So like starting on page 379, you'll see the whole reason for writing the book.
Okay.
The book itself is my life story, which I wasn't quite ready to do yet because I'm still having fun doing it.
Sure, yeah.
I just put an album out with 33 songs on it to go along with the book. You take a picture of the album cover with the bleeper, you can get 5 of the songs.
There's an app out there.
That's on the book. When you take a picture of the cover, when you have to,
There it is.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right.
Okay. And then you get songs just by taking
Get songs and videos and all that stuff.
That is fantastic. So, what's your favorite venue that you've ever played, George? The place that you enjoyed going the most and say, you know what, if I got one gig, I'll go back there. You got one of those spots?
Oh, man. There's a lot of places like that, but I mean, the place that I really like is not there. Well, it's there, but they don't do shows anymore.
What's that?
That was the Forum here. I used to love that. We used to land the mothership there. There and one in Oakland. Those two places, you see a lot of the videos nowadays of the mothership landing. The Forum was like that, and that was one of my favorite places. They don't do shows anymore.
No, they've made it like a theater now. They've redone it. Yeah, you could. I'm from
Maybe,
breaking news to you. Yeah,
yeah.
they've made it like an auditorium, like a Radio City type auditorium theater now.
It should be, because that was a beautiful place to play at.
Yeah, with the Lakers banners hanging from the ceiling and stuff like that.
We used to turn that place out, and they would be there too. They would come when they weren't supposed to be playing.
Is that right? They would come and watch you too?
Yeah, yeah, back in the day.
Now, back in the day, I'm told you hung with Deion Sanders. Is that a true story?
Oh yeah, down in Florida. Yeah, I was just getting to Tallahassee around that time. I was hanging in Florida for a long time. My stories of the Miami Dolphins when they were big. I was into football for real that particular couple of years.
Right.
And Deion, when I got to Tallahassee, Deion was hanging out with a friend of mine that owned a club there. We ain't gonna go into all of that, but we used to party. We was pretty wild back in those days. At least I was, and
Right.
he was too.
Yeah, that was in his prime time.
That was in
right
his
there.
prime time. He was just out of school and just
Right.
getting started, playing football, baseball, and everything.
He's doing everything back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we used to have a ball at the Moon. If he heard Moon mentioned the club, he probably jumped.
I'm sure he would. I'm sure he's jumping wherever he is right now. So, did he ever reach out to you for advice when he was doing his tracks or anything like that? Or?
No, I was reaching out for him because he needed some funk then. You know what I'm saying? He could dance and he could groove, but when he was starting to put his records out, who was doing his beats?
Must be the money. That's what he was doing.
Must be the money. No, he needed some beats, though. It wasn't the money.
He needed some beats.
He needed some beats.
So, who's somebody that you've collaborated with that you've enjoyed?
Oh, I've collaborated with Chili Peppers, Sly Stone, who's on my new album, All Over the Thing. Pretty much everybody in the business, and I'm from Motown. We worked doing the Motown areas. I did songs on the Supremes, did songs on Jackson 5. Snoop Dogg, Dre, Tupac. Everybody you can think in the hip hop world.
What was that like collaborating with Tupac?
See, I know Tupac from Digital Underground when he was part of that. He was a dancer. He was a really nice guy. The image that most people have of him is like is theater. You have to put on a show for people. So hip hop basically is a bunch of studio gangsters, bubblegum gangsters. Most of them are not like they sound on the record. He was a really nice kid, suburbia type kid. He's an actor. He's you know what I'm saying. So he know how to play the role of gangster real good. Just like Ice Cube is now. Everybody can see now that it's not all that. Snoop is the same way. The family, they're family people.
He's a youth football coach, perhaps even more than what he's doing musically.
And he's been doing that all the while he was that gangster that people thought that they was watching. They were all, I call them bubblegum gangsters because they got both parents at home, grass in the front yard. You want to go to New York? You want to see hard living, New Jersey? We didn't have grass in the front yard of the projects. You didn't have that. So they're all really easy, nice kids. And you can see they're citizens now, taking care of little football teams and things.
Who have you not collaborated with that you would like to or wish you had the chance?
Well, I'm still trying to do as Rakim and Eminem. And I watched Eminem from 14. His producer was one of my best friends throughout the book. You'll see, Mark Bass. I want to do stuff with him because I wanted to do it with Sly. Got Sly. I wanted to put Sly, Eminem, and Rakim together. They're beautiful with lyrics and things. He's great with lyrics and music. I wanted to put that team together. So far, I got Sly and Rakim. We're working on something now. But the one I really just worked with that I like is Kendrick Lamar.
Why so?
Young kid from Compton that knows everything about funk and R&B and rock and roll. He just educated himself on the history of the music, which make you qualified to talk about it. And he talks real good, both at street level and, he's got an intellect that's really strange for a kid that young.
Yeah, he's 27.
Yeah, he sounds like he's 57 because, I can talk about names and things.
He knows his history.
Yeah, he knows his history. And I guess his parents and grandparents were funk fans. So he's really partial to that. The same way most of the hip hop world from LA is, they were basically funk fans. You know, One Nation, Knee Deep, Flashlight, all those songs was around when they were growing up.
Who was your mentor when you were getting started, George?
My mentor would have been Motown. You know, I'm a product of the Broadway, you know, with the Brill Building, where all the songwriters took place, where all that took place. So I would know the Lieber and Strollers and all the Carole King and all that. I know all of them. But when Motown came along, they were like rock stars. The producers and writers were like rock stars. Smokey was the rock. That's my favorite songwriter. Him and Sly Stone and the Beatles of all time. Those was my heroes, the Motown thing. And then after that, I opened myself up to learn from anything that came along. When the English invasion came along, I could say, okay, this is my mother's music, but it's looked like it's getting ready to happen again. So while I was singing doo-wop and love songs, they came along singing rock and roll, you know, shake it up, baby.
Sure, yeah.
Doing that stuff. So we had to turn around and go back into something of that era, which was, we couldn't do blues because they were doing that too. Cream and all them was doing blues. So we had to do the mid-tempo music, the New Orleans style music. You know, nasty. Get out of my life, woman, to pop. You don't love, that's that funk. That music that make your booty betray you. Even if you don't want to dance, even if you don't want to dance, your cheeks, you know what I'm saying? You're going to do it.
Your booty's going to betray
It's going to betray you. You can't be cool with funk. Funk, something's going to shake or move if it's playing.
If it's right.
You can try to be cool if you want it, but it's going to betray you.
Well, it's funny that we noticed, because, you know, we follow your Twitter account, and I'm a Michigan fan, that Dennis Northfleet of the University of Michigan.
I got my notes in my hand. I was going to mention.
Yeah, I mean, I think we have the video of him that he's back getting ready to
punt return.
To field a punt. Right there he is, and Atomic Dog is playing.
Yeah, that's the Q-Dog step. That's what they call that, the Q-Dog step. We have those guys come on stage all the time. He's doing it too. he's killing it.
And he's a young kid. I mean, you talk about generations that you have passed this down
funk
to.
Go from 8 to 80, blind, cripple, or crazy. Your booty will betray you. And like I say, he's out on the football field.
And you tweeted at him. You sent a tweet his way that you liked his style.
All the time. We was tweeting you backstage.
Yeah, I saw that, and I really appreciate that. And good luck to you with this book, Brothers. I'll try one more time. Brothers B.O. like George. Ain't that funkin' kind of hard on you?
You got to sing it. Okay. Brothers B.O. like George.
Okay.
Ain't that funkin' kind of hard on you?
Brothers B.O. like George. Ain't that funkin' kind of hard on you?
There you go. You got it.
That's it. That's a walk-off. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. George Clinton, go get his book. You can take a picture of it. You get music from his new album, 33 tracks on it,
Yeah, because first you got to shake the gate.
There you go. First you got to shake the gate. There you go. I love it. Good to see you, George Clinton. You bet. George Clinton is here on The Rich Eisen Show. We are back with more. Buy this man's book and his music. He is still doing it after all these years.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.